It's time for the hottest show in America. It's time for the Rucker Show, where you get the 411 from A to Z, special guests, and much, much more. So buckle up for a wild, wild ride. The Rucker Show starts now.
To the Rucker Show, you got 7 the Poet.
Say, man.
You have Miss Nicki Woods.
What's up?
How you doing? We want to welcome all of this from around the country. If you're looking for us on social media, you can catch us at Rucker Show on IG, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. IG is Instagram, man.
Yes.
Okay. I said it twice.
Smoke signals, rotary dial.
Anything. Rucker Show.
Yeah.
Nicki, how you been?
I've been good.
It's good to see
It
you.
is awesome to be sitting in this chair.
It is a pleasure. We are, as I told you yesterday, you're going to teach me and Seven some things. I told you going to teach us some things, Seven.
She already trying to check me on my language.
Well, I just think that there are words that don't have to be said all the time. I'm just saying.
Nicki, you know I'm a poet, right? Like, that's what
So words are your business.
All words. Like
words are your business.
Yeah, don't take nothing from my business.
He's a wordsmith.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see how creative you can get. Like my dad said, you don't have to always curse to make your point. And
I don't believe in curse words.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, so cuss words, the word cuss is not a word to you.
Nah, I don't believe in curse words. I mean, people of a certain talent, man, I can make God absolutely profane.
Well, anybody can.
My point.
Okay. Well, Nicki, on that one?
well, too deep for me. Sometimes I just step back.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. When you have a mastery of words, you understand, especially when you get into the dynamics of English, especially with personification is concerned. I can turn anything into what I want it to be. So I don't believe in, because it is the intent of the words in how I use them that really, your interpretation is your business, not mine.
Well, as they say, look at Nicki. As they say,
I can tell y'all have been friends for a long time because Al just kind of nods and lets you go ahead and say whatever it is.
Well, like they say, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it.
Hey.
Okay.
What we got going on today, Nicki?
We have a new segment, and so I'm excited about that. Ali Sadiq, and he's going to stop by, and he's going to, spend some time, share some funny, so that's going to be good. We have Detective Chris Anderson from Reasonable Doubt. He's going to stop by and talk to us. And then I'm really excited because in Out Front, we are actually going to talk to Michael Brown's mom about what she is doing now. And if you remember the Ferguson incident and how that has continued, we're going to talk to her. We ask Al. We have got a great email. This lady needs some help. So we are going to be there for that. And then, just a lot of music, a lot of great conversation. We got some hot topics. I want to talk about Omarosa a little bit. I want some wordsmith when it comes to that because there's a lot of language going around.
Hey.
And so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Idris Elba and what he's doing on Twitter. I want to talk about Spike Lee's new movie because they're saying this is his best film yet.
I can't believe it.
Yeah,
I've not seen the movie, but I can't believe
I
it.
gotta
Film
see it.
yet.
Yeah.
But Jordan Peele is also involved, and then the team from Get Up or Get Out.
Yeah, get out.
They're also involved, so who knows? And then I know you got some special stuff going on that we're going to talk about too. So all of that is going to be up shortly.
Cool. It's the Rucker Show.
Hey.
Thank you for tuning back into the Rucker Show. You got Nicki Woods, 7 the Poet.
Say, man.
We had hot topics. Nicki, what we got going on?
Man, Omarosa, are you watching this whole thing unfold? It's like I can't. Every day that I think I cannot be surprised by our America anymore and our leader of the free country, I am. So Omarosa is coming out with the book. So she has hit the media circuit. And a couple of days ago, she released a recording of her and Trump where they talk about her getting fired. And it just blows my mind how clueless that our president is about what happens in his administration. Just take a listen to this.
Wow.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
I hate politics. And when I listen to stuff like that, and that's how I know I can never be a politician because I'm too real for it. Like, my whole thing, I'll be, you ain't in love with it, then give me my job back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Trump, your White House.
Trump plays he's a very good avoider. He avoids things. He tries to avoid confrontation, which he causes confrontation. But he knew this was going on. There's no way in the world.
I don't think he's an avoider as much as he's a manipulator. Because now, if you watch him on Twitter, you know what I mean. It's like now he's going after her when 2 years ago she was like the best thing next to sliced bread, and now he called her a dog. Did he call her a dog or did he call her a beast? No, well, he called her a dog, but we all know what he meant. He did say the word dog. Yeah. But that's almost even worse because it's worse. Like, that's
even worse.
But Omarosa, and she, champions for strength and being a strong woman. I wonder if he ever grabbed her by the.
No.
Well, but she's a manipulator too. So let us be clear. I mean, she doesn't represent me at all. Let me just say.
Maybe they're co-grabbers. Maybe she accompanied him in some of the grabbing.
No, I think it's unfortunate. I think that there was an opportunity for the right person in that situation to try to make a difference in what I feel is an administration that is not representative of us.
Yeah.
And I think that she blew it. And now that I think she's using this to capitalize and make some money.
Yeah, she's definitely doing that.
I mean, honestly, I had a problem with it off the rip because I never saw her as a politician or someone that I would put my livelihood or future in their hands. I didn't understand. I knew he knew her from previous endeavors, but to give her a job at the White House, I thought it was stupid. And anyway, so I'm not surprised that it was short-lived. Yay, glad she got fired.
Yeah, everybody's short-lived in the White House. Except Pence. He's the quietest vice president.
Well, but he's learned.
Yeah, he don't say nothing.
Hey, I'm just going to sit back here. I'm going to collect my check.
Get my check.
Maybe he'll get shot and I'll be president. You never know.
Everything on the show, the content is owned by us, right? Because I'm finna, when after this boy get out the office, Pence needs to drop a book called The President Whisperer. Because he got to be talking out a whisper we never hear. We never hear nothing.
All right, well, thank you.
Oh, man.
I'm going to whisper for the rest of the show. I'm Pence.
What else we got, Nicki?
You had a busy weekend, right? What did you do?
I went to Morgan State up in Baltimore. My foundation gave 5 scholarships out to 5 kids, and these kids were very, very smart in the engineering program.
Really?
Oh my God!
Wow!
And surprisingly, when you talking to some of these kids, one of the kids, which blew my mind, he was artistic, and he was probably the smartest kid in the class. And when I was talking to the professor, and I just pretty much said it, he has an advantage over everybody else. And the professor said, yeah, this kid eats up math like nothing. So I had the opportunity to talk to him on the side, him and his mom. And then he just started talking about breaking the speed barrier, the sound. And then he actually was talking about how to do it.
Oh, but you're not familiar with autism.
No,
because you're really surprised.
I'm super surprised.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realize they were.
They're more of a socially challenged, not
Man,
no,
this
bro.
kid.
Listen, have you ever noticed the?
You didn't see Rain Man?
I did.
Oh, okay.
So he reminded me of Rain Man.
Yeah.
The symbol for autism is the colorful puzzle pieces, because that is how wide that spectrum is. And just because the general public looks at mental challenges or social challenges as a bad thing, it in fact is not. See, the premise is under the challenge flight of the bumblebee. See, scientists say that the bumblebee should not be able to fly because of its weight and the size of its wings. We know that. The scientists know that. However, the bumblebee does not.
So why am I? So
I feel like you should drop the mic after you say everything. It's like you back up like you just really have.
So why doesn't my bulldog swim? Because they said he's too big and he got short legs, but he can't swim.
Obviously, he can. Did you see him this morning?
I did.
Has he been in a pool before?
Never.
So he doesn't know if he can swim.
He's scared.
Oh my gosh.
Throw him in.
Then I'm have to go in after him.
You don't know that.
I do.
Just make sure no cameras are on and Michael Vick is not around.
I feel like this is code for something. Like something that I'm not privy to. Like you all are having some subliminal conversation that I have no idea what you're talking about because you just spent 2 minutes talking about a bulldog in a pool.
Well, he was comparing his bulldog to the bumblebee.
All right.
Okay. But anyway, this kid blew my mind. I was amazed. But he literally computed how to break the sound barrier.
Yeah.
And how to do it.
I mean, it's the mind is a very complex thing. And I know you've got some other stuff coming up where you're going to benefit some other people. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about how having an affair, Seven, can cost you $8 million. And we've got Detective Chris Anderson from Reasonable Doubt. That is on the way. Today we are talking to the mother of 18-year-old Michael Brown, Lezley McSpadden, who Michael Brown was shot to death by police officer Darren Wilson. And she has now announced plans to run for Ferguson City Council. So today I am out front with her. Welcome to the show, Lezley.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
No, I am so pleased to talk to you. We've talked briefly before, but I really, I continue to see the news coming out of St. Louis and out of Ferguson. I continue to see your name at the forefront. And then I saw this news and I was like, I really wanted to talk to you because I think that you really are an example for how you can build something out of such a tragedy. So can you talk just a little bit about where you find the strength and what you hope to do now for the city of Ferguson?
Okay, it was not easy, and it didn't come overnight. But over the course of this journey that I'm still on with grieving the loss of my son, I wanted to know, why did I continue to see this happening and the results remain the same? And the reasoning remained the same. And Ferguson seemed to become an isolated community. And I decided to drive through there one day. And I was looking at the properties and I was looking at the area. And I started talking to a few of the residents and introducing myself. And they had questions for me, questions that I couldn't even answer. And I wanted to do something. I needed to get involved because I, too, was left with unanswered questions. And when you don't know something, what you should do is you should get involved so that you can learn and so that you can get answers to your question. And I felt like these were inside questions that I needed the answers to. And I started discussing these things with a friend of mine by the name of Wesley Bell because at the moment he was on the city council. And before he became a councilman, he did some things in the community to help me with my son's makeshift memorial, preserving those bears, and some other things that we did with the Urban League and the community with the burning of the Quick Trip and the rebuild of the new Urban League and making that a place for Save Our Sons. And I had no idea that he would be running for the prosecutor position, but as time moved along, and he did, is when we revisited our conversation about me possibly running for city council, which I really had to get the nerve, to do
Right,
it and
yes.
to want to be a liaison for that community because they did stand with me when that happened to my son. But it took for me to take a step back and at least a year just to look at all the things that had been sent to me and said and all the things that had been said to me by those people to really consider and make it a definite fact, which I did after this 4th year of my son's anniversary, that I have to be a voice for these people who are in 3rd Ward where my son took his last breath because they did stand with me.
Right.
Well, Ms. Lezley,
I want to do the same for them.
I want to say I'm very proud of you. I am one of those people who's cut from the cloth that we've done enough marching and protesting and all that, and I mean we seem to get the same results. I have never personally suggested to anyone who has experienced injustice that they get involved in the political process or the political warfare of it all. In fact, as a retired educator, I always challenge my kids with the question, well, what are you going to do when you run across the battle that you can't win with your hands? And the fact of the matter is, as educators, sometimes we pose those kinds of questions when we don't have the answer ourselves, but you are in fact the epitome of the answer to take on such a fight with such heartache and such passion. However, I applaud you because one thing that I know, it is personal with you. And when it's personal, you put a little more sauce on it.
Right.
You know, so I applaud you. I'm watching, and I am excited to see what you will do.
Me too.
Thank you, and I'm glad. I'm sorry. I just wanted to
Sure.
comment to what he said, and you're absolutely right. And I had to come to grips with that this isn't a physical fight. This is a mental fight, and we have to show them that we are educated and that we do know the laws, and we absolutely know right from wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
No matter what the color is. So I appreciate your statement.
And one of the things that I thought about when Seven was asking his question is does it help or does it hurt? Because it seems like every time, something happens to an African American, boy, we hear about Trayvon Martin again, and we hear about your son, and we hear about all the others. And then Stranger Fruit just came out, the documentary, and I watched it probably a couple of weeks ago, and it just, the heartache just, comes back, for us as a community. How does it affect you for it constantly to always be in the news? I mean, do you feel good that he, that something is coming out of this as far as conversation, or does it just delay the process of you healing?
That's a good question. And what I do is a lot of avoiding. I avoid a lot of things that I know will take me to that dark place, which will obviously lead me to depression. I talk to my therapist quite often. I stay surrounded by other mothers who understand what this fight is and how hard it is to stay motivated and get up out of the bed every day and make sure that I get my 13-year-old and my 9-year-old to school and show them that their mother is still their mother, because for a moment I lost myself. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So I do a lot of, I've learned to dodge a lot of those things and not look at those things. And even though it could be supportive to another mother, they have to understand that it hurts me just as much. And I can't look at those things, but I support them wholeheartedly. But that's how I get through it. I can't look at it. So if I know that it's going to make the news, I won't watch it. And I may go to my office and I just think of the next thing to do. I start looking at positive things. I start meditation. I'll send my therapist a note if it's too late in the day and I can't go and see her. Or I'll call, like I said, one of the moms, and we'll have a conversation and we'll find something to laugh about. That's how I tend to continue putting one foot in front of the other. And I will not leave out the fact that I pray a lot, and God has been just a blessing to me through this all.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, and we support you. I'm from St. Louis. I was born and raised there, and so I couldn't be prouder of the decisions you've made. But I don't want people to forget about Michael either. So could you just leave us with one thing you want people to remember most about your son?
Oh, wow. My son was a quiet, preserved type of person, but he was intuitive and he was really great with his hands and when it came to dealing with computers. So this era and time that we're living in, this was his time. And I'm so sad that his life was cut short. But I do have a petition that is directed to Governor Parsons to reopen my son's case and give him the fair trial that he deserves.
Wow.
And my kids missed their brother terribly. He was my firstborn, and I sacrificed much for him. But I will treat, this position that I'm about to be elected to, because I'm speaking into existence, as if it's just my son all over again, because he is making all of this possible.
And I bet he is so proud of his mother.
Yeah, we all are.
So we will stay in touch with you as we get closer to the election, just to see how we can support you and continue to get your message out. But I really appreciate you stopping by and you spending this time with us, even though I know that, we can hear the pain so clearly that is still there. But we definitely appreciate you.
Thank you so much. And I'm sorry for crying, but I'm still a work in progress,
We all are.
We all are.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. Still got 7 the Poet. Got
Hey.
Nicki Woods. On the line, we have an interview with Detective Chris Anderson. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing fantastic.
So let me tell you, Detective Chris Anderson, I don't know if you guys have watched the first 48 where they talk about the murders and they go back and all of that. So Detective Chris Anderson was probably one of the biggest fan favorites on first 48. And every time you turn it on now, he is there. But he has a new show now called Reasonable Doubt. He has a partner who's an attorney. And what they do is they solicit from family members murder cases where they're not sure whether or not their family members are innocent or guilty. And so Chris and his partner, they go in and they reinvestigate. And it is so fascinating to see the denial a lot of times on the behalf of these families. So I am absolutely pleased to be talking to you today, Chris. So tell us a little bit, and I'm sure you can do a much better job of explaining what the show is about, but tell us a little bit about your experience in going back and reinvestigating these cases.
Well, as Nicki said earlier, I am a former homicide detective. I've never been a real television type cop, but I've been blessed enough to be on television, but my experience with Reasonable Doubt is truly eye-opening because we were held to a very high standard as investigators with the city that I worked in. You may think that Birmingham is a small town, but it's we were, as homicide investigators, we were held to a very high standard, and that's mainly because we had so many homicides. So being on Reasonable Doubt is truly an eye-opening experience to see some of the investigators that are involved, and
The
frankly,
sloppy police work.
right? That's quite a bit of sloppy police work that happens. But at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean that these folks are innocent of the crimes that they've been charged with. So we see a lot of that. There's always a questions on every case. We don't take the easy cases where you have, DNA and you have a rabbi priest and two doctors that are testifying, that eyewitnesses on these cases. No, most of these people have been charged and convicted on single pieces of evidence, and that's really not right. That's something that that we would never just allowed to do. And I could get deeper into it, but I don't know if we need to get that deeper into it. But it's sometimes some of the cases that we've looked into have been really bad.
Chris, are you saying that per conviction or for conviction to take place, that it is best practice to have more than one proving fact or one proving aspect of the crime?
Absolutely. Corroboration is the key in any case that you work, especially homicide. Being able to corroborate facts on the case is something that I've always held as one of those standards that I held myself to, and the district attorneys here in Birmingham. You have to have some sort of corroboration. That's key in any case, and that's what I look for in the cases that I look into on Reasonable Doubt.
So, I mean, kind of opposite on the subject. So next time she go through my phone, I need to tell her she need a cross reference.
Exactly.
Okay.
Tell her she needs two pieces of evidence to find out.
Don't get in the weeds, Chris. I'm
gonna tell her. I talked to Chris. Chris say this ain't enough.
Don't get in the weeds.
Chris say this ain't enough.
We need to put Chris on the Tupac and Biggie.
Well, see murder close enough.
Yeah,
so tell us about that.
Yeah, so I had the esteemed pleasure of looking into the C murder case, and our first case that we looked into on season 1 was with Max Phelps, and he was another hip hop artist that was on the same label as C Murder on. So when we looked into the C Murder case, the evidence in that case was uncannily. It almost looked like the same case. Wow. But when you really dug a lot deeper into the case, there was a lot of things that went wrong on both sides, on C's side and on the prosecution side. So after talking to C, and interviewing him, I just I couldn't see myself getting behind his case because there were a lot of things that happened in that case, and C was he's one of those. He's a street guy, He's one of those guys that believes in the street code, and he refused to really tell us any real information that I could go back and investigate on the case. So, but I think we did do a lot to help to further his case, because the two guys that actually have recanted their statements, they recanted to us. C's investigators and his attorneys, they couldn't find those guys until we found them for the show. And that's when they recanted to C, and that's when you saw this whirlwind of news media about C's case. But those guys actually recanted on our show.
So I know we get like the 60-minute version, but how much time do you guys spend investigating each case before we actually get the version we see on television?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so as it pertains to the production company does they do the legwork at first. So they usually investigate the case for about 3 to 4 months. Just depends on how large it is, 3 to 4 months. And then I am the type, myself and my partner, we're the type of people that I don't want to have any knowledge of the case before it happens, any real detailed knowledge, because I want to be, I want to be just in everything that I do. So with us, we get the information the week prior to us going to the location. I read just a minimal amount of it, and when we land on the location, we get the full case files and everything, and we're pouring over information the entire time we're recording. So we record for a week. We get the information maybe 2 or 3 days before we land, and just about, it feels like 24 hours a day, we're either reading or talking to someone. So, it's a pretty long process, but, what you see, the 60 minutes that you see are weeks and months of investigating that goes into these cases.
Wow.
If he can prove murder or not, then I think Chris is instrumental in, telling you how to not get caught. I would just like this personal phone number. We'll talk about it off.
We can put you on retainer to make sure nobody goes to jail, right? Yeah.
Cover your butt. See,
I got some challenges.
We want to make sure we can get away with it, Chris. We ain't gonna kill nobody.
Just saying.
Okay, just don't kill nobody.
Or at least we're not gonna tell you before it happens.
Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's one conversation I just don't want to be a part of.
Yeah, I know. Right? He trying to stay on TV. 7.
Exactly.
He trying to keep that gig on TV.
Exactly. Well, I worked a lot of years on the streets to get this little gig here, and I'm not trying to give it up.
I just talked to a lady in Ferguson, and I think it's some people out there that just need to dispel. So, Chris,
one of them's in Washington, right? Pennsylvania Avenue.
Get us.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna get nuked.
Well, we appreciate you continuing, trying to set us free. And if you want to watch it in your area, you can definitely check out Reasonable Doubt and find out where you can see it when you go to investigationdiscovery.com. Thank you so much, Detective Anderson.
See you later, Mr. Anderson.
Y'all for having me on. Y'all take care.
All right, you too, brother.
Thank you for tuning back into the Rucker Show. 7 the Poet.
Hey.
Got Nicki Woods.
Yeah.
Nicki Woods.
Yeah.
I like that. Did you make that name up?
I did, actually. I did. And this is a good segue into what we're getting ready to talk about. Tiger Woods, when they gave me my name, Tiger Woods was just getting hot, and they thought that the whole Woods connection would endear me to the African American community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though he doesn't claim the African American community. That's what they thought. So yeah, it is not my name.
But since we talking about golf.
See, that's what I said. It's a good tie-in.
I'm having my golf tournament. You ready, 7?
I already got my outfit.
Oh, it's gonna be a classic.
No man that says I already got my outfit really plays golf.
Look at y'all. Well,
I
I got
promise.
mine. I got to get mine. I'm getting mine
It's
made.
gonna be spectacular.
I'm getting mine made. But anyway, September 28th and 29th, I have my first Al Rucker Foundation golf tournament where we're raising money for HBCUs. We already have Morgan State. We are, I think we got Florida A&M. We got
Howard.
Tennessee and A&M.
Howard.
Yeah, we ain't made it down in Howard. But anyway, the thing of it is we have programs that we are set with these particular colleges, but we are sponsoring kids to any HBCU.
Okay.
So we're raising money for that, and we're trying to raise a bunch of money so we can send kids to colleges.
I hope you raise a bunch of money because I'm finna go back to school.
You finna go back to school?
2. How many people on the team?
4.
This will be eventful.
Are you going to have matching outfits?
No.
My team, but I'm gonna win. My team is cold.
Oh,
You
man.
can't really win, though. It's your tournament.
I gotta win. I don't think that
seems fair.
Well, I may not. Okay, I'm gonna have the best score, but I'm not gonna win. My team is dominant. It is me and 3 other guys. 3 other. How you doing, Mr. Rucker? Okay. There's 3 of those guys.
You got professional
and
golfers.
that's fine. So, first off, let me talk. My team is all female, with the
You
exception
ain't
of
cool.
myself.
I was going to say with the exception of you,
With the
right?
exception
Okay,
of
okay.
myself. I am an honorary lesbian. Anyway, also, one thing that I find endearing about golf is the only sport that allows alcohol on the course. I promise I will not miss this event.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's September 28th. We have the reception. We got everybody flying in. We'll have a big night at a venue. On the 29th, we're going to be out there at Pearland Golf Course. You can actually sign up at www.alruckerfoundation.com. Register your team. If you just want to be a sponsor, we have sponsorship packages up there for holes and one. We have sponsorship for each hole. You can sponsor
each
the golf.
what?
Yeah, I
Each
like
hole.
this. I like it.
What you thought I said?
I promise.
I didn't hear the L
I did.
clearly.
I did. I heard
didn't hear
exactly
that.
what you heard, Nick.
Yeah, no.
I was like,
Hola.
Sponsorship for what?
Sponsorship for the hole. HOLE. So
I'll say it next time.
You can say it next time. Hola.
That's funny.
Hola.
Yeah, something. But I mean, even some of those have.
This is retarded, man. www.alruckerfoundation.com. You can sign up. So we're going to finish these hot topics. Nikki, what we got going on?
Well, if you are in North Carolina ever, 7?
Yesterday.
Okay, well, this might be good for you then.
Okay.
So in many states, adultery does not come with like a punishment really, other
it's
than the
illegal.
whole moral thing. But in North Carolina, a judge ordered a man to pay $8 million to the husband of the woman that he had an affair with.
What was his reasoning?
Loss of income. First of all, because the wife worked for the company that he owned. So he lost her as a worker to this whole affair thing.
Wow.
And mental, what do you call it? Mental damages.
stress.
Yeah, mental strain.
Man.
So, yeah, that is like, is it worth it? Like, see, that's my whole question. Because, like, and I'll speak from the female point of view because I don't really know the man that well. But is it worth it to, like, lose your family and lose your house and now, like, $8 million
Not
for...
at all.
The only thing I hate about this kind of situation is like, somebody accomplished something and then we'll put that accomplishment on our backs too. Like, oh, they're doing this for all black people. You know what I'm saying? They're doing this for, you know what I'm saying? Only reason I have a problem with this $8 million because basically they just put a price tag on her.
No.
Well, he could have won $8, which is a whole different price tag. So I'm like...
But this is the thing though, because you ain't never heard a woman say, well, it's just normal. It's just regular. So that means now some women finna be walking around thinking they got $8 million worth of, and baby, I promise. There's a lot of $8 out there.
You're retarded,
There's
man.
more $8 than $8 million,
I
right?
promise.
That's crazy.
Say, man.
But yeah, this is
I've never heard of that though, but
I've heard of it. It was actually one of the Carolina Panthers got in a situation like this where he had to pay some money. He had an affair
Really?
with somebody else's wife, and then he ended up getting sued.
that would single-handedly take
Just-
out the NFL if that ever became a thing.
Just don't have an affair in North Carolina.
I tell you what,
That's
it's
what you.
gonna.
That's what you walked away
Hey,
with.
I swear to
Yeah.
God, we had the same takeaway. It's gonna single-handedly keep me out of North Carolina.
Well,
So
I'm
not just not have an affair, not just be honest and true to the relationship. You all just don't want to have an affair in North Carolina.
No, I'm speaking for other people.
Okay.
I'm not gonna have an affair.
I was like, don't bring me in this conversation.
No, I'm
Yeah,
speaking for other people.
Let us be clear.
Like if somebody say, "Hey, Al, I'm thinking about moving to a different state. I just want all this money." Brother, don't go to North Carolina. Why? Because if you have an affair with somebody else's wife, and you could be tricked into a situation. You may have an affair with a lady, not even know you having an affair. Me and my husband separated. We divorced. Well, we right now going through a divorce.
And she was lying.
And she lying. And then next thing you know, you get caught up.
You know what? That is just like, that is the worst excuse. You know when somebody is married.
R. Kelly got away with it.
Who?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly got away with what?
The girl told she was 18, but she was 12.
R. Kelly knew that girl was 12. R. Kelly talked to her because she was 12.
But she told him she was 18.
But he knew she was 12.
But she said,
I could tell
Now,
you
speaking of
anything,
moving and relocating,
oh Lord,
R. Kelly need to move to France.
why?
They legalized pedophilia.
they're not
Whoa.
gonna let him in France. They don't want the poster child for pedophilia.
Why?
In their
He amongst
country.
their crew. That's how they do out there.
That's a whole nother subject.
But
R.
you-
Kelly, like, that's an hour-long conversation.
Or a 19-minute song.
He did. Did he just drop that 19?
Man, this boy.
Did you listen to the song? I
Yeah.
listened to the whole song.
Bro.
You heard it?
Yes, I heard.
I heard it. But I kind of felt sorry for him on some part.
That's why he
Oh, I feel
did.
very sorry for him.
I felt sorry for
Because
him.
there's something wrong with him. I mean, people act like he just has decided that he wants to be a pedophile and molest little girls, but in reality, he has what? And you're the smart one, Seven. What is it called when you have something traumatic happen to you at a certain age and you are just stuck there? He is like a 14-year-old boy.
He stopped growing at a certain age. As far as you know what sex is concerned. At the same time, you cannot discount that it may just simply be preference, because at the same time, since we were talking about preference and mental issues, you know, Trump.
Something wrong with him.
Trump, it has been proven that Trump has some very powerful friends in Washington who prefer pedophilia over adult.
Well, I mean, I believe that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that there's just bad people everywhere, and,
Yeah.
and some of them landed in the White House.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
A bunch of
discount
them
that.
landed in there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and then, you know, you get into the origins of things. It's not a surprise to me at all. The aristocracy has always participated in these kinds of events, thus the Easter egg hunt, with its origins.
So the question back.
Children would paint their bodies and run into the forest. The aristocracy and political who's who would run into the forest, and the children that they found, they would have sex with. Thus, the egg being a sign of fertility, because you can't get egg unless you have. Bro, do your homework.
I just learned way more than I wanted to.
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
There's some days.
But we still never answered. We still never finished the R. Kelly situation. But
He on the Easter egg hunt.
that's what the Pied Piper is. he
Oh,
luring the
Jesus.
kids into the woods to find eggs.
I'm sorry, I quit. I'm tripping.
He need to take Trump with him. Maybe what if him and Trump went in the woods together? Who would come out first?
There's a lot more show coming up. A lot more show.
You tuned into the Al Rucker Show. Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. We're at that segment we call Perrier Darling. How you doing, Perrier?
I'm absolutely excellent in yourself, my good man.
I'm very, very good.
Nikki, it is a pleasure to see you.
I am thrilled to be here.
Excellent, excellent. I am excited to be here too. I'm just lucky to be alive today.
Yes, you are.
Oh my God, we have a super. You know, I'm considering dropping my own trap album.
Really?
Yes, I don't know what I would rap about.
What would be the title?
Because everything's been abbreviated. This is a story from the trap, but you know, yes has went to so I maybe
Skirt.
no skirt. You just left a little, not all the way. You didn't pull up all the way.
Can't do it all the way. So, skirt.
Want to take since it's our music segment? I want to take a moment.
Before you get started. Nikki, can you do it?
No, and I don't want to.
You got to do skirt.
I mean, I don't know. It's like a chirp. Why are we doing that? Why? Perrier, darling, why?
Let's not force
Do it
Nikki
again.
to
Do
do
it
no,
again.
no.
Do it
That's
again.
okay, Nikki.
Do it again, Nikki.
No, you are not that. I am not going to be the butt of your jokes.
since this is the music segment of our show,
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to take a moment to shout out to the Queen of Soul. I was driving here today and I was thinking that she's about to pull up on God. I'm sorry. Okay, listen. Today we have Yeah by Quality Control, Offset, and Cardi B. Why are all the songs from Offset, Cardi, and Quality Control? They are the kings and queens of trap music. Is there a segment? Can we play the verse, please? Oh my, I like this. 50K sloppy. All in my pockets. Call it a whopper. Do you know what that means? He says he has $50,000 in his pocket, but the stack is not neatly placed in his pocket. It is sloppy, like a whopper, like whop.
In a ball, he just kind of just.
No. Like they call a stack of money guap. Whop.
Whop.
See how they took the G off? Not guap anymore. Now it's
Whop.
I like this. I understand this. I understand this type of music. He says,
Oh my gosh.
can't kick it. No soccer. He can't hang out. Yes.
Yeah.
But then he goes on to say, birds in the trap, still singing like opera. Ooh, I like that. That means the. Nikki, do you know what a bird is?
No, I have no. Yeah, no.
You don't know what a bird is.
No.
You're from St. Louis. And you don't know what a bird. Okay. Okay.
I'm from St. Louis County. Let us be clear.
Now we
all
understand
makes
she is
sense
from the
now,
birds.
right? It all makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, she does not know Nelly. Anyway, Robinson, 44, obvious Jackie Robinson. But then he says, take a trip like a chopper. Now it's a gun reference. 44 bullets, 44 in the magazine.
44 Magnum.
Still balling like 44, and we still put up with choppers.
Still a gun reference?
Yes, but also a presidential reference.
Wow.
Oh, Obama.
President 44. Jackie Robinson.
Now, in some
Who
cases,
knew
this
Offset would be so deep?
That's brilliant.
yes, I like him. Reminds me of a poet I know. He says, still busting off 44. You talking about guns, I'm talking about profit. Totally twisted that around there. You see how you 44,000. Remember, he started off with 50 in his book, so he spent 6 somewhere. I don't know. Okay. Then go pick up a bigger load. Oh, I like this. I just had an epiphany, though. He says, yeah, go pick up a bigger load from Pablo Rico and Poppy. But then I was wondering, how would he get the load back since they're building a wall?
That's the underground tunnel that's still left over from Chapo.
Yeah. Well, Pablo Escobar.
Shots fired at Trump. You got them bricks. We're going to hit the door. I'm in your hood like Robin. Speaking of that, that is it. That is it for myself in this segment of, Perrier Darling. I had to pop it for you one time. But the Robin Hood reference, totally different subject. Have you seen the Robin Hood previews?
No.
Jamie Foxx is Friar Tuck.
Stop it.
No.
Yes.
Really?
I assure you this will be monumental.
Oh, man. Look, check it out.
Anyway, this is Perrier Darling. Good day. Let me pop it for you one time.
Trip, trip.
No. Nope. Not doing it. Nope.
No?
Nope.
Once?
Not once.
Abbreviated, Nikki. Come on. Do it.
Oh, my God.
You do know that it is a
We got to make sure her
SK
kids.
and not a CH.
I have no idea
We're
what
gonna
it is.
we're gonna make
clearly.
sure your kids hear that one.
Well, Tricky Nicky.
Tricky Nicky.
That is your trap name.
Isn't it time to go to break? I think we've been told to go to break like 5 times.
No.
We still have the Ask of the Week, and we are going to do an Ask Al that is going to blow your mind. I am super excited about it. So just stay tuned because we will be back with more of the Al Rucker Show.
I'm going to take DS off your name and we're going to call you Little Woo Woo.
I am so sick of you.
You tune back into the Al Rucker Show. We are still in hot topics. Nikki, what we got going on?
So Spike Lee directed another film. I think that this is interesting. One, because he directed it, and Spike Lee, it's always interesting whether you think it's good or bad. At least it's interesting. But also Jordan Peele wrote on this, and then the team from Get Out was a part of it, and then Denzel's son plays the lead character in this. So it's just like this star-studded thing. But the title of the movie is Black Klansman, and it is based on the true story of the first African-American detective to serve in the Colorado Springs Police Department. And so it just looks, it's funny, it's interesting. I like that it's based on history. I have not had a chance to see it yet, but I will be super upset if I see Spike Lee on that moving runway, you know, his little signature move and all of his
love
films.
that.
I hate it.
Yeah,
if he does not do that in the movie, I do not. It is not a Spike Lee
This
film.
explains so much about our relationship. I hate that. This is it. This is the crux of it. This is why we need therapy.
No, Nikki. What you don't understand is that in my grandeur,
Yeah.
That's Perrier. Is this
I
Perrier?
mean, you just would dip back in.
there are times when I choose not to walk, and I just levitate.
I'm just like, I just don't know why. One day he said, you know, this is what I'm going to do in the middle of a film.
But have you ever seen anybody else do it?
It's a signature. It's
It's his signature,
it's a
though. You
signature.
gotta love it. I love it when he do it.
Yeah, well, I am excited about it. It has gotten some rave reviews, so I think that it's going to be really interesting. But, I mean, Spike Lee's kind of dipped, I think, in the past few years. So I hope that this is like he's dipped.
He hasn't. He hasn't.
Dipped where?
dipped.
In
He
the
hasn't done
pool?
it. No, he hasn't done anything in a
And
while.
some of his money.
But he hasn't done anything in a while. When the last movie?
And what he's done has not gotten
Any reviews?
any
good
good reviews.
Well, the thing is this is what I found as an artist. There are times when we need to rejuvenate. And then when you are busy being, because we all remember when Spike was at the lead, at the helm of everything. So when you are the inspiration for others, who's inspiring you? You know, all the cliches in my maturity are starting to really become vivid. You know, it's lonely at the top. Who is inspiring Spike Lee? And you know, we are very arrogant because just because he is not appealing to us, we tend to say things like, oh, he's not doing it anymore. But just because we don't see him doing it doesn't mean he's not doing anything anymore. He's just not doing anything that we like him to
So
do.
all the cliches in your maturity are starting to go.
Yes.
Like, what is in your brain?
I don't know, but I have great eyebrows,
You do.
which I think of quite distinguished.
Do you get them?
Plucked.
Yeah. Waxed.
Nah, I got
Threaded?
Do you want to see how long they are? You can't see them on my head, but
Well, they look shaped nicely. They look very symmetrical.
That's because I put wave grease on them.
You wave grease on.
Yeah, it's like wax.
Oh my gosh.
One of them sticking out. This is kind of long.
Yeah, I just pulled that
You
out.
just
for
pulled
you
it out?
so you can see.
You the man.
I want to have eyebrows. I mean, like remember the old men in the balcony on the Muppets?
Where they look like they're fighting each other, like their eyebrows are like.
I'm
got
going
beef.
for it, man.
Yeah,
I'm going
it's
for
like-
that.
You on the way there.
I'm going for
You
it.
on the way there.
Yeah.
On the way.
Beard
So what we
gang.
got? What else we got going on?
Well, it was speaking of sex symbols, and not that I'm necessarily calling you one, but that was a good transition, whether it's true or not. Idris Elba is being rumored to be the next James Bond. Now, Idris is kind of playing it, you know, both sides, I think. First he says it's not him, and then, you know, he comes up with, my name is Idris Elba. No, Elba. Idris Elba. So we don't know. I think it would be a phenomenal move for the James
would.
Bond series.
It would.
And I can't think of a better person to play it than Idris.
Actually, what you don't know is, you know, they asked me, you know what I'm saying?
I can't think of a better person to play this role.
I
than
was
Idris.
like, you know, man.
You know, I think with that being said, I agree with you because of the accent.
no, I wasn't thinking about the accent at
No,
all.
but I'm just saying. But I think Will Smith would be a better James Bond.
What?
Yeah,
I couldn't see it.
I can.
I couldn't see it.
No,
I can.
I don't want Will to ever take his shirt off. Never.
Now you don't because he got a little thickness on him.
No.
But hey, that's Will.
That's Will. That's what I'm
Will
saying.
will peel it out for
That's what I'm
the
saying.
show.
You don't think Will will do it?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Idris all the way.
I mean, I like
think
Idris.
I think that Will has definitely stretched. So, I mean, I think that he's gone from just being comedy. He can play serious roles. He can really get into character. We saw it with Muhammad Ali. We saw it. No, I don't want to see him as a sex symbol, really.
Well, I like Idris. Idris do well. I think more so, because he has the accent. And he has the look. I think he'll do well.
He has the look. He has the sexiness. He has the women behind
He
him.
does.
I want to be a Bond girl now.
And he's part of the he's part of the club. He's one of the men in the club.
I can't
He's part of the
stand
club.
you.
He's part of the club.
I don't know, man.
You know what the club is?
No, I do not. But
The club is the Dark Skinned Brother Club.
that's a
Oh
club.
my God.
Yes, it's a club
Why y'all got to have a club?
because you can't let light skinned dudes in.
Do you all have a club, Seven?
What's he call you light skinned?
Well,
He's on the border, but we have accepted him in the Dark Skinned Club.
Cause I'm live. Look,
Yeah.
You've accepted him in the dark skin.
Yeah. You don't want light skinned brothers. Light skinned brothers don't. You can't put them in the club.
I really exist in the. I won't even.
Are
go
you like
there.
a man with no land? Like you have no country? Like you have no place?
Why would I? I'm
No club?
I'm galactic.
It's true. Think about it. You're a movie buff, right?
I am a movie buff.
All right. Name a light skinned gangster.
Well, but I don't know what you just because I would say the dude from
Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard
Terrence.
from
We please. There is nothing gangster about Terrence Howard.
Thank
and
you.
Hustle and Flow.
Oh no.
Terrence
man.
wasn't gangster and Hustle and
So
Flow.
you name one. We're gonna let y'all have that one.
Terrence wasn't gangster and Hustle and Flow.
Okay, one more. Give me
more.
Ghost ain't live in power.
That's what I said. But I don't. But you and
No.
Ghost are the same complexion. So if you're not light skinned, neither is Ghost.
Denzel as Bumpy Johnson.
He's dark skinned.
Equalizer
Boy.
for Denzel too. Come
Denzel's
on.
dark skinned.
Me and Denzel the same color, bro.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, you lost me on that one.
Or y'all the same color?
No.
Denzel, no.
Denzel is dark skinned.
I'm closer to you than Denzel.
Why? This is colorism.
Why are we talking about color? Right. Why are we doing this?
Oh my God. Anyway, I agree with you. I think Idris will do well. I hope he gets the part.
I'm pulling for Idris.
Yeah. You pull up Idris?
I am.
Watch this. I think it is an appropriate time for me to say that in lieu of equality, we should have a Jane Bond.
Oh,
I like it. I like it.
That would be dope.
No,
That
it'll
would be dope.
It'll be dope. It'll be good. It'll be good. I
All
think
right.
it'll be real good.
So as of the week coming up, we're going to ask Al, and we've got a lot more on the show still. So stay tuned.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show, and we're at my favorite segment called Ask Al, where people send in letters asking us for our opinion, and we give them great answers.
Well, we have a woman on the edge, so we need you to really buckle up and help her out. So, dear Al, I have been dating a guy for the past year, but I'm just not sure he's a keeper. He has a job, apartment, and car, but I'm catching vibes that he is totally satisfied with things as they are. Now, recently I suggested he go back to school to get his degree, and it turned into a fight. Now he just blows me off. At this point, I feel like I will always be pushing him uphill instead of us moving side by side toward greatness. Now, I'm not shallow, but I come from a family of overachievers, and I know being with an average guy won't satisfy me long term.
Wow.
How should I handle this? Should I keep polishing this rock until it's a diamond, or just let the boulder roll downhill alone? Signed, 1 foot out the door in Richmond, Virginia.
My honest opinion, I think 1 foot out the door need to go ahead and put 2 feet out the door.
Watch out a little bit.
Because at the end of the day, every as they say, what's the saying? Behind every good man is a good woman. So I think at the end of the day, if she says she's tired of pushing him, I think that's the wrong attitude to have. So it sounds like she just wants somebody to be a lead, and she's just gonna drag along. Every man has to have a woman that's gonna push him, help support him, push him on.
Absolutely.
I didn't hear that at all.
You didn't hear that? What you heard?
I heard that she a nag. And she need to get her moving on. Say, man, how she just gonna disrupt this man peace? He done what he wanted to do. He said he settled, he's satisfied. She says, I'm from a family of overachievers. That sounds like a lot of pressure, man. A lot of stress. Let's do this, let's do something. You'll never be satisfied because you wanna overdo it. I'm happy, bro. You came into my life. You need me, I don't need you. Beat your feet.
But you know what? And I think that a lot of women do this. Instead of picking a partner, they pick a project.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm not following it.
Yeah, they
I don't
do.
know why you keep trying to do that.
And I
They
agree
pick a
with you.
project and
Yeah.
they want somebody they can fix up to be their ideal. Instead of just accepting people where they are.
Man,
And then
I'm
If
offended
he's not
for
good
him.
enough for you now, he's not
Ever
ever going
gonna
to be
be.
good
And
enough.
that's why I
my
say-
point. I'm
that's what I'm
offended
saying.
for him. Like, for
Yeah, me
example,
too. She called him a rock and a boulder and all these little references.
That's why I say she need to go and put both feet out the door and
Yeah.
move on, because at the end of the day, it's not gonna work.
I want to know what she doing.
Probably nothing.
That's a
See,
good point.
a lot of times, psychologically speaking, your aspiration for someone else is a reflection of what you aspire for yourself.
Exactly.
So she's not happy with who she is. Oh, maybe she hasn't overachieved enough.
Yeah, at the end of the day, every man wants a good woman behind him, and vice versa. You want a woman that's going to help you succeed. As my uncle always says, I want a woman that's going to help me keep 4 pockets full of money.
Right.
Not just 2. He want 4, and he says just like that. I want mom to keep me with 4 pockets full of money.
She made me want to give her to James Evans. Remember James told Florida?
Gone.
The kitchen and the bedroom, Florida. The kitchen and the bedroom.
While I
Don't
cannot
say
agree
nothing
with
else.
that,
I don't agree
it's
with
funny.
that.
You know
I
what I mean?
can't agree, but it's
James-
funny.
Word to James.
That's why they killed him off.
And he was one of the chocolate brothers.
He was. But check this out though. I can't say what I want to say. I ain't gonna say it.
Michael.
I
You
ain't
finna make a Michael reference, bro? Come on.
I'll wait till we
man.
go to break. I can keep it. But anyway, keep those letters coming. Email us at info@outruckershow.com. Now it's time for our favorite segment. Also, Nicki Woods, as she goes out front with who, Nicki?
Lezley McSpadden, who is the mother of Michael Brown. We're going to talk about losing her child in such a public way, in a tragic way, and what she's doing now.
That's going to be a good interview.
I'm not ready.
You tuned into the Al Rucker Show. You tuned into the Al Rucker Show, and we at that segment we call Ass of the Week. Nicki, what we got going on? Who is it?
Well, we see all these YouTube Insta stars, these mega celebrities. There was this guy. He's a father. He had more than 5.6 million subscribers. His name is DJ So Cool. But he got his channel suspended after one of his videos showing him feeding his kids laxative-laced ice cream as a prank went viral. And I saw it, just bits and pieces. I get my news on Twitter now. I don't actually watch it on TV. So I saw bits and pieces, but he shows the whole thing. He shows them eating the ice cream. He shows himself laughing. He shows the little, the container, the box of laxatives. And then he actually shows them in such severe pain as the laxatives start to work. And it is just amazing to me that somebody could be so cruel to their own children, one, and then put it on YouTube to get some views and generate some revenue. I mean, it was just unbelievable to watch. So like I said, I wish there was a ass of the year, because he would be in it. But he's known for walking the edge, but I think that, him really, he put fireworks in his children's bed one time. He's done some things, but he could have really hurt. It's not funny.
No.
He's the ass of the week.
No, he's the ass of the week, but I'm
Okay.
wondering, where's the mother?
No, and that question was brought up after this. How do you allow him to, but she's probably getting paid off of it too. So
That's crazy.
I don't know. But I mean, to really physically put your children in danger, I think is really crossing the line.
Yeah,
He got some other issues coming down the pipeline. That is,
I would think
that's
child
in-
abuse.
That's in,
Yeah,
that's
it's definitely
abuse.
child abuse.
That's endangerment on a bunch of levels. He has some other things. Yeah, DJ So Cool, not cool, bro.
Mm-mm.
You took a full L with this one.
Yeah.
Hope YouTube, all the subscribers can give you some commissary, because you're going to need it, Slim.
Mm.
Well,
You're done.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Crossing the line. Ass
Him
of
and
the
the
week.
mom. Him and the mom.
Man, I just don't understand, man. It's just some things I'm not doing for likes.
No, you don't do it.
For likes and clicks. I just don't care that much.
No. Mm. Well, people live for that though. That's they wake up to it. I know people that go to bed checking their social media, wake up first thing in the morning checking their social media throughout the day. I got a friend of mine. That's all he does all day.
Yeah, but that just tells them what their real life is
Yeah,
like.
real-
Like if social media, if that world is more interesting to you than what's going on in your real life,
Yeah.
there's an issue.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm struggling with something. I'll be a big candid. I think that my life, and what you guys saying is maybe I'm taking things for granted, because I feel like my life is, you know what I mean? But people see me flying everywhere, and I'm with this person, I'm with that person. And somebody said to me yesterday, "Man, I saw you at Jamie Foxx's house." I was like, "Yeah, I was upset about that."
Yeah, we
Outside
both
in my Gucci's in his backyard.
Yeah, we both.
I didn't. This not the outside outfit, Jay.
But I think the thing is the difference
sorry.
with that though is the three of us both being in the public eye and then being in, as I guess we can say, entertainment. It's I'm a homebody. I don't know about you. I'm a homebody, and most people I know that are in the entertainment business, we're homebodies. So we don't gravitate to the who we know and where we going. At the end of the day, one of the biggest things for me, I'd rather be at home. If I got to go do a gig and I'm out of town and all, man, I'd rather be at home. People don't realize that is a lot of work.
Even when we are in LA, we don't really party.
No,
after we handle the business, we are in the room.
Yeah, we're in the room. Yeah, and I can't wait to get Nicki down there. We have a lot of fun. We do have. We have fun in LA.
Do you like sweets?
Hotel room sweets or candy sweets?
Just candy sweets.
Or bakery.
I'm a salty person.
You like salty?
I like chips and fries. And
we have some potato chips for you. I can't wait.
No, we'll never eat them.
Why?
Because I feel like this YouTube moment coming on, like an ass of the week situation. Like you want to haze me into some club that I'm not going to fall for.
Hazing is illegal.
No, we're not going to do that. That's not what we're talking about. But we have a lot of fun. We have to go tape in L.A. and do some things. But you're right. We get to L.A.
We're going to get Nicki some chips.
He's going to get you some chips, Nicki.
Poker chips.
But at the end of the day, we go to L.A. and we just strictly work. So when we do end up posting stuff that we.
But you know what I think is interesting, because it's our life. Like it's like what we live. So it doesn't seem like all that fascinating to us. And we know, like you said, how much work it is. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. People don't realize, like you say, sometimes the turnaround flights.
Yeah.
Getting to the airport. Got to do
missing
your thing.
Your children, missing your family. I mean, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And the level of stress. Because let me tell you something. There is nothing like the onset of stress when you get that phone call. Hey, we're in the lobby, and you standing in your room in your underwear. There's nothing like that onset of stress.
And let me tell you, I have worked for people where they would leave you.
Oh, my God.
Like, if you're not in the lobby at 10, they are gone. Like, on a flight, like home.
Without you. Man.
But we normally have a rundown. No, you're usually on time.
I don't get
I'm live. I mean, but
he's on time.
Guess why I'm on time?
What?
Because I done been called while I'm in my drawers. Now you got to get there.
He's normally on time. But people don't realize it. So I think that's what it is. People like this guy here, the ass of the week. DJ so cool. Like you said, he's not so cool. He's going to be DJ in jail. Yeah.
Clank, clank.
And then, I mean, watch this here. I mean, it's layered. So he filmed the kids on the toilet.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, like in pain, like on,
But that's nudity. That's child nudity. That's pornography. That's child pornography.
It's a problem for real.
We're gonna have to follow back up and see what happens with him. He's
Absolutely.
definitely gonna be charged with some type of crime. But at the end of the day, again, I'm gonna reiterate: the Al Rucker Foundation and Friends Golf Weekends. This is the Al Rucker Foundation and Friends Golf Weekend on September 28th and 29th at the Pearland Golf Club in Houston. We got a great weekend planned and tournament. Elise, what are you doing?
I just want to say to all the people out there, don't feel like you have to know how to play golf to be a part of the tournament or to get you a team. But quite honestly, Al is already cheating, and he has hired professionals, so nobody's going to win. I mean,
no, these are my friends that I play golf with.
Sure,
they all play golf, and they're pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you, they're pretty good.
I'm gonna go ahead and just let y'all know that my team was selected from Heartbreakers, Karma, and V Live, and we will be.
That sounds like a singing group. Does any of them know how to play golf?
No, they're a dancing group.
Oh, okay.
They're dancers. They're dancers.
Okay.
They I guess you could say video vixens.
Yeah, when I miss them, just give me a wink.
Yeah, they're video vixens.
Okay, gotcha.
You know how to play golf?
My brother-in-law taught me one time, and my back is not supposed to do what you have to do for that swing.
So you gonna drive the golf cart?
I'm gonna drive the golf cart, and I'm gonna hold down the VIP cocktail reception.
Hey,
that's
hey, hey.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. I like
we definitely getting we're gonna have a lot of fun. You can get more information at www.alruckerfoundation.com to register and get more info, and we need your support.
Absolutely.
This is basically in support of sending kids to HBCUs. We're trying to raise a lot of money, want to give away a lot of scholarships. So, all right, and then the day was good.
It
good
was
show.
A great day.
Good to see you, Nikki.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Nikki.
Good to see you, Seven.
Beard gang.
He's growing the beard now. He's growing his beard.
He just needs to hire somebody to admire him. So we'll do it. We'll have to do this again.
Yes.
We'll have to do this again.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Al Rucker Show.
The Al Rucker Show.